Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
philsgang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Brandy.
The idea that the wealthiest country in the world can't come up with a policy to do paid family leave when pretty much every other country in the world, not even just the wealthy ones, already has it. I think we do need to get to a new, maybe level of philosophical conversation.
A philosophical conversation? What does that mean, Buddha Bug, or Buddy Boogs, whatever his name is? What a name. You know, it's amazing to me. Now he's telling us, well, every other country, they do paid leave, they do this, they do that. Well, wait a minute.
We're not every other country. And maybe these people wouldn't need all that if we go back to the old days where you provide people jobs. This is what gets me. You know, he's talking about, this guy Buttigieg, he's talking about the proposed $6 trillion, the infrastructure. $6 trillion infrastructure. Only $1 trillion is infrastructure. You know, when you think of infrastructure, you think of a road, you think of bridges, you think of tunnels, that kind of stuff, right? Train tracks, whatever. But not the Marxist wing of this Biden administration. Now, see, they believe that amnesty for millions of illegals, that's infrastructure. They're calling it human infrastructure. Can you imagine if they ever do that? How it's going to destroy this economy and take this market straight down? This guy's nuts. We're talking $6 trillion. Only $1 trillion goes to bridges and tunnels and what you and I think of as infrastructure. This is nuts. Now, as a result of this Marxist administration led by AOC and her squad, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, you know who they are. All supporting defund the police. And buried deep in this amnesty bill, there is billions of dollars to replace a police officer with a social worker. Can you imagine that? I can't wait till a social worker pulls up to a car, asks for the license, and she gets a gun pointed at her head. I want to hear that part of that conversation as a social worker. This is stupid. But here's what's really terrible. You and I, the guy on Main Street, we work hard. Every day we get up and work hard. And we work for wages. Most people just work for wages. They're not on salary. They work for wages. They don't make much money. And now what's going on is the same people now that are paying for everything. It's the guy on Main Street. He subsidizes everything. He gets screwed because it's designed that way. Because the Federal Reserve, which we talked about yesterday, is designed to create inflation, to screw Main Street, and to make the wealthy wealthier. The more when they create all this inflation, they know it's killing Main Street. But that's okay. That's okay to them. Our owners who own this Federal Reserve, this not federal, they have nothing in reserve. Our owners, they could care less. $10 billion to create a civilian climate corporation. $10 billion. Who's going to pay for that? The guy on wages. He and his wife who make a combined income of $65,000 a year or less. Or the people who are making a combined income of $48,000 a year or less. They're going to pay for the $10 billion. They're going to pay for that $10 billion. Because the Federal Reserve is going to print money, that all that printing of money is inflationary, and that inflation takes down the wealth of the people on Main Street. And all that inflation creates the wealth of the 1 percentile who has fine art, who has medals, has stamp collections and exclusive real estate and all the different assets. They love inflation because it keeps going up. $10 billion they're going to print to create a civilian climate corps. What is that? Quote, responsibility in advancing environmental justice. They will identify what is a wetland. So that means every piece of land out there is going, that's how they're going to stop development. It rains, there's a puddle, they're going to say, that's wetland, there's a puddle on there. And what happens? Who gets screwed? The rich? No. Who gets screwed? The guy on Main Street, because that means land cost keeps going up. I love these environmentalists, don't you? The definition of environmentalist, I got my permit last night. That's the definition. So what they're going to do is they're going to take all this land away from everybody, and that means the price of housing goes up. Remember, when you buy a home, most of the cost of that home is not the brick and mortar, it's the land. So that's that deal. $10 billion. So who's going to pay for the $10 billion? The same people who now the housing cost is going to go through the roof and they can't afford a house. $20 billion is going to be printed. It's going to be called the Advanced Racial Equity and Environmental Justice Group. Wow, that's a hell of a name. I want to meet the people who come up with these names. All that is they're going to take low-income housing projects and they're going to now build them in the suburbs, in upscale communities. Yeah, that's AOC, that's Bernie Sanders, that's them. I want to see what I'd love to see Nancy Pelosi have in her neighborhood, a gated community, a low rent income housing project. But let's get back to the Wall Street part of this, the market part of this. That's $20 billion. Who's that going to hurt? The guy on Main Street. $175 billion in subsidies for electric vehicles. Did Ford get subsidies? No. If you're going to build an electric vehicle, or you're going to build a wristwatch, or you're going to build a screwdriver, do it on your own. You think you would want to? Why would you want government on your butt? $253 billion, another $253 billion, to retrofit 2 million houses, and buildings included public housing. They're going to refit them all. Get this one, $128 billion. Remember, the $20 billion, $175 billion, $253 billion, $128 billion, which I'm just talking about now, they're going to use that to improve our school kitchens. So where our kids go to school, they're going to take $128 billion and they're going to improve their kitchens so they can be used for what they're calling their green food. They're going to be preparing green food. It's going to be with all these nutritious meals. Remember Obama? Remember old Mrs. Obama? She had the kids grazing, for God's sakes. They were grazing like cattle when they went out to eat at lunchtime. But the point is, this is going to take down our stock market. I'll talk all about that when I get back. What are you, nuts?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at fiscal.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
So we still think the economic trajectory is on sound footing.
Sound footing? Are you nuts? We're going to print or borrow $6 trillion more. That's on top of the $7 trillion already spent at the CARES Act stimulus, the American Rescue Plan stimulus. This is another $6 trillion on top of that. That's a total of $13 trillion. What are you, nuts? Our economy's already on life support. Remember, each month the Federal Reserve is printing $120 billion to purchase treasuries, $100 billion a month for stock buybacks, $180 billion a month. And let's talk about the stock buybacks. Listen to what he says here.
You know, the economy is growing about 5% right now.
No, it's not.
We have record earnings for corporations.
No, you don't. We're not growing 5%. We had the first quarter, okay, went up 8%, the second quarter, 6%. But you got to quote on an annual basis. If you go back to 2008, right up to today, and average it, we're at 1.6 to 1.8%, not 5%. He lied to you, or he's dumb. I say he's dumb. He's a dope. Are you kidding me? On a sound footing? When this Marxist wing of the Biden administration is printing or borrowing every 24 hours, $3.8 billion, or 40% of the money it spends. We're on a sound footing when we're spending $127 billion compared to income of $14 billion. What are you, nuts? We're on sound footing. We're spending 130% more than the tax revenue we take in. We're on sound footing when we're causing the national debt to rise 36% faster than the economy is growing. What are you, nuts? This is crazy. This is nuts. Obama-Biden debt. They contributed. Let's put this all in perspective. The Obama-Biden debt, that team, those two dopes. Remember, their contribution was just $983 billion between 2009 and 2017 towards our debt. Biden in 1 year, don't even have a year yet, okay, is $13 trillion. $13 trillion. When it was Obama-Biden, it took between 2009 and 2017 to increase $983 billion in debt. Biden in 1 year will be at $13 trillion or more. In just 13 years, remember, in just 13 years, the last four presidents, they increased our debt by 366%, from $5.2 trillion to $28 trillion. We're doing $13 trillion in less than a year. You got to put this in perspective. This is absolutely crazy. And they're saying we're on a sound footing? That's all BS. How can you be on sound footing when you have wages? A guy's making $29 a gallon, making $29 an hour. Are you nuts? $29 an hour. 72% of our workforce, they're going from paycheck to paycheck. 50% of our $156 million workforce make less than $30,000. This is insane. When our top 1 percentile, the 1/100th of 1 percentile, their annual income is $22 million. Their net worth is at least a minimum $312 million. But here's the key. Those are our owners, and they own the Federal Reserve. Hit the owners.
You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear.
Now, who are the owners? The owners, they control the Federal Reserve, and they screw the guy on Main Street who's making $29 an hour. Or 72% of the folks that work in paycheck to paycheck. 50% of our workforce make less than $30,000 a year. Now, the top 1%, they got it made, because everything they're doing, remember what they do, to get the top 1% to have an average income of $400,000 a year, their wealth, about $2 million to $3 million, their net worth, for them to achieve that, they have to screw us on Main Street. To achieve that, they have to create inflation on purpose. And when they create inflation on purpose in 2008, they said, let's create inflation. Let's not go into a recession, so we out the Main Street folks. Screw them. Let's do this. No recession. Let's print money like crazy, so we can create all this inflation, so it'll immediately increase everybody's wealth. Who's everybody? The top 1%. It'll increase their wealth in art, increase their wealth in gold and different metals, increase their value in their big homes and all that crap. To do that, they have to print money. And when they print the money, who gets killed? The guy on Main Street. And they've done this to create a bubble. It's called the stock market. That's all it is a wonderful bubble. And if you know what you're doing, you could have made a lot of money between 2008 to where we're pretty much getting closer and closer to the crash. And please, go this Friday. I post between 6 and 7 o'clock. my YouTube channel, The Unfolding of the Market Crash. And this is going to be the best one I've ever done, because I'm putting up charting that shows you, that proves to you, we are so close to get the first 10% of a correction. Then after that happens, we'll rally back, and then about 6 months later, you'll get about a 70% crash. And I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. Just go to my site, fiscal.com, all right, or go to my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel, and it's we post it about six to 7 o'clock every Friday. You got to see this. It's unbelievable. Join my gang free for 10 days. I'll be right back after this break with more stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
877-600-4264.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
The unfolding of a market crash. If you don't think the stock market's going to crash, then you got to be nuts. This is going to be one of the biggest crashes ever. Just because they're stimulating the economy, they're plugging money in, keep driving up the debt. No, the market is going to crash. I bring you evidence every Friday on my YouTube channel. I review the week and tell you why we're getting closer to crash, so don't miss it. It's free for everyone. Go to my YouTube channel, Phil's Gang YouTube channel, and I give you evidence, real evidence. And this is going to be the best one I ever did, because I'm going to be showing you two charts, incredible charts, that proves we are so close to a correction. Now, remember, they can keep pushing this market up by, once again, pushing the levers. And what does that mean? After 13 years of printing all this money and creating wealth for the 1 percentile, and remember, their wealth in 13 years doubled. The wealth of the guy on Main Street only went up about you take the aggregate, okay, $4 million. Okay, take everybody on Main Street, went up about $4 million. The guy who makes $40,000 a year or less combined income went up $735,000. I'm talking about combining all these folks. So they got screwed. Main Street got screwed. So when you take a look, what you're going to see is how all these years to create wealth for the top 1 percentile, they had to create inflation, a lot of inflation. And they know they're doing this, and they know they're screwing Main Street, but they don't care. That's their job, create inflation. But after a while, people now have to make a decision, just like they did back in the house, like the dot-coms. Remember, it was the Federal Reserve. It's the Federal Reserve who destroyed the economy and why the dot-coms crashed. It's the Federal Reserve who destroyed the housing market. You know, I love how they portray themselves. Like they're the good guys. They're the good guys. It's all propaganda. When you read the propaganda of the Federal Reserve, it states they're to promote a healthy economy for all Americans. Yeah, can you imagine? When you read their propaganda, their folders and all that, it says their deal, their task of the Federal Reserve to produce a healthy economy for all Americans. That's a bull lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Man, I mean, that is such a lie. They don't do that. They can't do it. It's impossible if they're going to keep on creating inflation. And they do that every time they print money. So then they didn't think about this. They do this, they say, in conjunction with the Senate and House banking committees. And who's on those banking committees? Waters. You know that nut. Waters. They work in unison with Powell. So you got the Federal Reserve, and who's Powell, and then you got the Senate Housing and Banking Committee. Now Now, the Housing Committee, they say their responsibility, the Senate Housing Committee, is to keep our economy on a sound footing by protecting consumers and their investments. How do you protect the consumer? How do you protect them? How do you protect their investments when you're creating inflation? They say they're monitoring them. They're monitoring their investments. They don't have artwork. They don't have precious metals. Most of them don't even have stocks. Our workforce, let's say 160 million people, 50% of them don't even have a 401k. And the 50% have a 401k, 50% of those don't even invest in it. So think about the nonsense here. They're coming out and telling you that between the Federal Reserve, they're there to promote a healthy economy, and they're going to be working with the Senate and House Banking Committee, who's responsible to keep our economy on sound footing by protecting consumers and their investments, by monitoring them, and to focus on helping working families, and to protect them, protect our nation's economic security. How well did they do that with the dot-coms? How well did they do that in 1987? How well did they do that with the housing con? How well are they doing it now with the QE con? It's all BS. It's all BS. The monetary policy of both the Federal Reserve and the Senate and State Housing Banking Committee intentionally enrich the wealthy while knowing all the time, while they're printing all the money, they're screwing Main Street. It destroys, all this printing money destroys the economy from within. We have no economic growth. Our economic growth, as I said, 1.6 to 1.8% since 2013, on an annual basis, for God's sake, since 2008. Remember, inflation is a terrible thing. It's like taxing labor. They should stop taxing labor. Stop with taxing labor. Why doesn't Congress stop taxing us? Why, when you go and you get your paycheck, you're being taxed on your labor? That is cruel. Inflation is even more cruel because it's a stealth kind of tax. It's a secret. They hide it. Unbelievable. So, let's go to the market. So what's going to happen here? Well, the market, after 13 years, as I said, after they've been destroying the economy from within and getting very, very wealthy. I told you the top 1% in the last, since 2008, their income is net worth is doubled. I think it's gone from, it went from 15 to 30 million dollars, and everybody else, will average it out, was up about $4 million. What does that tell you? So here we are, and you're going to see this on the chart I put up. You're going to see here we had on Friday of last week, the market closed down 450 points. The yield was 132 points. The banks were rallying because they like high yields. Monday comes. The market closes on Monday. We go down 750 points. The yield dropped from 132 on Friday to Monday 118. Now, just think of, you got this guy sitting there like in a tractor, right, bulldozer, and he pulls the right one and it turns right. He pulls the left one, goes. Same thing. We got a dope sitting there, Powell, okay, he's a dope, and he's sitting there and he pulls the lever. So on Friday, he decides he's so screwed up because he lost control of the bond market. He's sitting there, I better move the lever up to get the banks to go up. So he moves the yield up to 132 points, and the banks rally. Then the next day he goes, I better get the big tech stocks to move up. So he pulls the other lever, and all of a sudden the yield drops down to 118, and the big tech's supposed to go up. But something happened that Monday. The big techs did not go up. They stalled. What happened? Google, Amazon, Facebook, what happened? They didn't go up. Red flag. Tuesday morning comes. Now we're back up 550 points, okay, on when we closed. But remember, Monday we're down 750 on the close. Tuesday we're up 550, and on Monday, remember, the yield was 118. And then on Tuesday he decides I better get the banks to go up, so I'm going to push the yield back up to 127 for 118. Do you understand what's going on? We got a madman sitting there with a bulldozer in the middle of a nursery school. This guy's insane. He doesn't know which lever to pull. Do I push the banks up? Do I push the big time? That tells you, when you get that kind of volatility, we're very, very, very close to a correction. And you should join my gang free for at least 10 days. And after 10 days, if you don't want it, fine. But at least this is the most critical part of the stock market we've been in 13 years. We're at the most critical point in 13 years. Because he's got to make a decision now. Is he going to run the big tech stocks up? If he runs the big tech stocks up, and here's what you got to do. I said this yesterday. The Qs, that's the NASDAQ 100, big tech stocks. If that can't break above a high of around 300, let's see, round it off, 366. We're at 363. If you can't break above that high and hold for at least 5 business days with good volume, then the market's going to collapse, start correcting 10%. And if you go look in the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days, look at the volume. Yeah, it's moved up, but the volume is horrible. It's going up while the volume's going down. What does that mean? That means we have no buyers. That means they're manipulating it up. But if it breaks out and runs, keep staying with your tech stocks. If it breaks down below 352, then go to your bank stocks. Very easy. This is not hard. You just need somebody to reach out to you. I'll do that if you make money and reach back to St. Jude. Right back after this little break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Click where it says Working Investors. Get it free for 10 days. You get the color-coded chart for 10 days. And at least we can get you through the most critical part of the stock market since 2008. That's right. We're right at the peak, right at the... This is where we're going to know if we're going to get that 10%. Remember, you don't get a crash right away. You get a 10% crash, 10% pullback, then you get a rally for about 4 or 5 months, and then you get the big one. But this is critical. And most people have no idea what a yield is. They have no idea what a bond market is. We'll work this through you. I mean, we'll work you through it. The stock market's a wonderful place if you understand what's going on. But if you listen to these people, these dopes on the fake business news network, they're going to screw you up so bad. The one thing I want you to, if you just go away with one thing, the Federal Reserve is the enemy of the people. When you keep printing and printing and printing money like they're doing, it's for one reason only, to create wealth for the top 1 percentile. The proof is there. Go back to 2008, you'll see that their wealth increased from 15 million to 33 million as an aggregate. While those who have a combined income of $65,000 or $48,000, let's take $65,000 as an aggregate, only increased 4 million to their 15 to 33 million. And those who have a combined income $48,000 or less increased only $735,000 compared to the 1%. Who's increased from 15 million to 33 million. Now, it's all this printing of money. But if you know what you're doing and you understand how the yields work and they give you great signals, and not only that, but trend is always your friend, the trend of money. Just like today, I've been warning my members all day long. I'm going to say, look, please, you're going to be watching the Qs going up. That's the NASDAQ Best 100 stocks. And they've been going up and up, and they pulled back the other day, okay? They pulled back from June 14th back down to July 19th. And then they ran back up. They're running back up. Why are they running back up? Why are the Qs running back up? And here's the problem. They shouldn't be, because the yields are too high. The yields are too high because they're being artificially pushed up because we have a group of people, the same people like with the dot-coms, who they don't know anything. They're just totally naive. All they know is they find, as they call them, the tourist investor. They come in the market. Remember what the fake business news network's good at is providing hype, providing confidence. That's their job, is to lie to you and to get you feel good about everything, okay? So you go out and get into the stock market. And when all these people, if you go and take a look, you'll see right now we have a historic amount of, right before, there's more people buying stock on borrowed money than in the 2008 crash. There's more people who are buying stock now, leverage, borrowing money, than right before the crash of 2008. That's a huge signal. That's a huge signal that something's wrong with the market. The other problem with the market is the other day when the yields dropped, the big tech stocks should have taken off and went to a new high, and they didn't. And when I show you on Friday, when you go to my YouTube channel on Friday, you're going to see on the charts I designed to show you on charts, I did 3 different charts, and it's going to convince you that we're going to get a correction. We're very close. So in the meantime, as I told my members today, watch as the Qs go up. You got to have volume going up. But if you go all the way back, and you look on July 20th, you'll see the July 19th, you'll see the volume has been declining while the Qs have been going up. That's a head fake, man. That you're gonna get caught. If you want to stay with your Apple and your Microsoft and all the ones you are addicted to, I mean, it's funny, you know. You go somewhere where you have all these people that are addicted to drugs, and you see needles sticking out of their arms. It's amazing. With the stock business, you see people having Microsoft sticking out of their arm, or they got Tesla sticking out of their arm. I don't know how they get it in there, but same thing, an addiction. So I'm begging you, to everyone who's in these tech stocks, please take at least half to 3/4 of your money off right now. Go to your computer and take it off. And the other, what you keep on the quarter, make sure you put a stop in. Put a stop under $355. And let's wait for another couple days and see if they finally can push these yields down. And remember, we're at 127. They got to push these yields back down to around 120. 119. If they push those yields down there and the Qs make a new high, then it's safe to go back into your Microsoft and Oracle and all that. But we'll do all that for you. If you're a member, we walk you through this. We start here at 4 a.m, okay? We make sure our customers, okay? Every time a customer joins again, I always tell everybody, we focus on making sure they don't lose money. Making money is easy. That's automatic. The hard work is focusing on not losing money. It's like football. If you ever played football in high school or whatever, all week long, right? You practice and just crazy, right? It's so hard and you're exhausted. And when the football game comes on the weekend on Saturday, like you think it's going like in 2 minutes, boom, because all the work is during practice. It's the same thing in the stock business. All the work is during the research, okay? During the research. And then what stocks you pick? Easy. What stocks you turn around and sell short? Easy. And we even make it easier for people who don't even have to look at anything. They don't have to read anything. They don't have to look at a chart. Nothing. All they do is go to our site at 2 o'clock, and Steve is the head of our education department, post our portfolio, our member portfolio, actually post it, and tells our members what to do with each stock. For heaven's sakes, does anybody do that for you?
Schlumberger, we're going to remain out of this until at least tomorrow, as tomorrow it's reporting earnings, which you can see.
So, I mean, he goes on and he tells you what to do. Okay, so some of the stocks, like if you look at Microsoft, I know you're all jumping back into Microsoft today. You should be taking profits in Microsoft today. Take half, and then wait until you see if the Qs, the NASDAQ 100, can make a new high and hold. Same thing with Apple, same thing with Intuit. These are all stocks we have, eBay. These are all wonderful stocks. They're all making new highs today. These individual stocks are making new highs today. So what you should do is sell into them on these new highs, take part of your money, put it in your pocket, put a stop in, and just be patient for a couple more days and make sure that they don't screw you. Because you know right now that the volume is not what it should be, okay? All right, the other thing is, where you're going to make a lot of money if, in fact, this market keeps going up, right? And, I mean, if the market does pull back because, the big tech stocks pull back because yields are going up, that's a great opportunity to start buying your all your cruise lines, your airlines. We got our members all set up, ready to go on the cruise lines, and we got the what else? Our cruise lines and our airlines. There you go, cruise lines, airlines, and casinos. We have those all ready to go. So if the yields, if they decide, the Federal Reserve decides they want to raise interest rates to help the banks, then those stocks are going to start taking off. If they decide to drop the yields to help the big tech, then we're going to stay out of those stocks and we'll go back into big tech. We'll do this for you. Try it for 10 days. So that's what we call our COVID stocks. The other one that's a good group that you're going to make money on, if they keep raising yields, okay, that's going to take down the big tech stocks, you can make money on the hotels like Hyatt, any of the hotel chains. Those are all going to go up, okay? Your oil is going to go back up. We've had a little reprieve here, okay? As long as oil doesn't break through a low of your oil, okay, on your chart oil, if it doesn't break through a low of 1940, then they'll go right back up and make new highs, okay, because of the policies they have, the monetary policies. So look, it's not that hard. I'll reach out to you. Sign up tonight. Go to my site, philsgang.com, hit Working Investors. For the next 10 days, we'll get you through this. The next 10 days are so critical, and you want to be in the right position, okay? Be in the right position. Join my gang. I'll reach out to you. You reach back to St. Jude. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.